The Chicago Bears just added a pass rusher to this team, and I just really like the move. The thing is, it's not who any of us thought it would be. And this comes less than 24 hours after head coach Matt Eberflus. He expressed some concern over the Bears' depth on the D line. And yeah, Ryan Poles, when he hears this, he answers. And in exchange for a 2025 sixth-round pick, the Bears have landed defensive end Darrell Taylor from the Seahawks. And this is from Tom Pelissero. The Bears are trading for Seahawks linebacker Darrell Taylor, sending a 2025 sixth-round pick for the pass rusher. And sources confirmed that to NBC Sports. Chicago's Josh Schrock. And Ryan Poles and the Bears, they've been working to fill this edge rusher spot opposite Montez Sweat for a while. And I'm going to go to this story here on The Athletic. So check it out for yourself. Always a great source. And they've been trying. You guys have been watching Hard Knocks. They tried to send a 2025 third-round pick to the Patriots for edge rusher Matthew Judon. The Patriots opted for the Falcons' third-round pick, and Judon went to Atlanta. And yeah, from Hard Knocks, you see that it's a little more than that the Judon trade, it was predicated on him signing a new contract with the Bears to protect the third-rounder that would have been the compensation. That's right. The offer for him was essentially the same. He wasn't interested in signing a new contract, so the Bears, they passed on the deal due to that. And you look at the pivot here that's been made, and we're talking about Taylor, 27 years old, and it's arguable that he's actually a better fit for this up-and-coming roster. Judon's 32, quite a bit older. He's kind of playing in the back half of his career, and I'm really warming up to Taylor. You're looking at a guy that's played 3 NFL seasons with the Seahawks. During that time, 21 and a half sacks in his career thus far. That's 15 sacks between 2022 and 23. Also 91 tackles, 5 forced fumbles, and 3 defended passes. And that's pretty nice. And even though the Bears are excited about rookie defensive end Austin Booker, I mean, this guy has flashed a ton in training camp. But this pursuit of Judon, it really telegraphed that a move was going to be made, that they were looking for a little more experience at this spot. Hey, they've got this now in Taylor. And to kind of go through what we have, I mean, I think DeMarcus Walker is a great piece. He can even slide inside, but having an experienced guy at edge rusher like Taylor, this guy can get after the passer consistently. That gives Coach Flus way more flexibility with Walker. He can go ahead and bounce him around. He can switch out players within different packages, and the upfront looks can be way more exotic and way more creative. And I think they're still looking for an interior defensive lineman, Zach Pickens. He just got injured. I don't know, man. Taylor's addition, I think it's just a big help for the interior as a whole. And it's not really a big investment. So kind of looking at Taylor in Seattle, he kind of ended up the odd man out. And looking at Seattle's edge rushers, they moved veteran defensive tackle Drummond Jones to outside linebacker this offseason. And that kind of created a 5-man lineup with Nwosu, Boy Mafe. That's a tough name. I'm not sure if that's right. I'm not a Seahawks fan. So Derek Hall and Taylor. And the thing is, Seattle typically only carries 4 outside linebackers, and Taylor's just missed 2 games in his NFL career. He started in 13 games across his 3-year career, and the Seahawks drafted Taylor in the 2nd round in 2020 out of Tennessee. And yeah, I think we've been looking at names like Ngakoue, Hassan Reddick, and those have been popular names as the Bears have been looking for a proven bookend across the line from Montez Sweat. And Taylor, even though he's lesser known, super productive pro since entering the league, and he was an original 2nd-round pick with the Seahawks. And kind of thinking this through, I'm kind of wondering how much he'll benefit from putting his hand in the dirt in Chicago. I mean, Seattle plays that hybrid. He's a standing edge there. Ryan Poles, he might have done a really great thing here with minimal risk, only a 6th-round pick. And if you think about it, playing with and opposite Montez Sweat, that should help as well. Sweat is a force multiplier, and I think that's fantastic. And I love what Jacob Infante does. He is just fantastic. And I want to grab a little from what he posted on Twitter that he thinks of Darrell Taylor. So he's going to provide the highlights here. I'll get the greatest hits here. 27 years old, 6'4", 267 pound edge rusher, good length, 33 inches. That's great. That's what Ryan Poles looks for. He fits the measurables. So the thing is, why was it only a 6th round? Because the guy's kind of boom or bust. I mean, he's solid as a pass rusher. He has good burst, but there's been some challenge of using his length well, and he doesn't really consistently bring a pass rush plan. He's not super toolsy, but we're hoping as Bears fans, we're hoping that these wins, that it's his athletic nature. I mean, he does show an ability to win around the outside corner. He has a nice spin move, and as a run defender, he over pursues sometimes. So he kind of has some issues here and there. He's not a perfectly finished player, but I think that if you put him in this hits mentality with Coach Flus, and he has the size, he has the measurables, and I think Eric Washington thinks he can develop this guy's hand technique. Jacob Infante thinks that that's the key, and especially for this cost. I mean, for this cost, a 6th round pick, let's just check it out. So I think the Bears finally have a solution on the opposite side of their defensive line. Another tool, we're looking at him rotating in with DeMarcus Walker, and then we've got Booker developing, and this defensive line just looks markedly better with just this last little oomph, this last little pick. And I would way rather see a guy like Taylor, who's 27, coming onto the team, who might be still ascending a bit, instead of getting a guy like Ngakoue, instead of getting a guy like Reddick that's going to cost an arm and a leg, and it's possibly mortgaging this cap future, getting rid of some of our picks. I mean, I'll take a 6th round gamble anytime. And kind of looking at Montez Sweat, he absolutely dominated last year, 6 sacks in just 9 games, but I think we need to take some pressure off of him. We can't allow other teams to just constantly double him. And, you can argue that Taylor might end up being elite. And also the price is right as well. Salary cap wise, he's playing on a 1-year deal. He signed that with the Seahawks for $3.1 million. That's 3.1. One wrinkle the Bears will have to keep in mind: if they want to keep him past this year, they're going to have to re-sign him. But hey, another answer to the pass rushing struggles that the Bears have encountered over the last 2 seasons. And I just think it's a really solid move. You guys let me know what you think of Taylor. I think it's a really solid move by GM Ryan Poles. It not only didn't cost a lot, just a 6th round pick, it's also not super expensive. And also, you know what? It also saves some room up against the cap this year that the Bears can still move for more players if necessary. And we can even still get more help for the interior line as well, because with that Pickens injury, that makes all of us just a little nervous. I like Zach Randolph a lot, but I don't want him to be the primary backup at defensive tackle. And let's just hope Billings and Jervon are the truth there, and they hold this line down well. You guys let me know. Bear down. Enjoy this these last days of the preseason. We're going to be playing real games before you know it. See you guys soon.